All in the hall chuckled save for her. The laughter reverberated through the dojo's walls, bold, piercing, and unkind, as the man in the white GI pointed at her with a sly smirk, declaring, "Step up then, show us what you can do." She stood rooted, her mop dripping onto the blue mats, her worn sweatpants splotched with bleach, hands trembling, not from fear, but from a profound buried ache from years past. The entire gym hushed as the laughter faded, the air thick with anticipation, the crowd amused, awaiting her swift embarrassment. Yet no one foresaw what unfolded next. What they failed to realize was that this woman, dismissed daily as merely the cleaner, was poised to reveal the essence of true strength. Not the kind marked by belts or cheers, but the kind carved in silence through enduring pain and in years of unseen resilience that had shaped her soul. If you cherish kindness, second chances, and believe every soul carries a story worth hearing, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Tales Stories. Your support carries these heartfelt, real-life inspired tales to hearts yearning for healing and hope. Her name was Emma Wilson, 43, a single mother, survivor of domestic violence, and janitor at West Valley Martial Arts Academy for 5 years. Few knew her name. She arrived before dawn's light, departing after dusk's embrace. Her days were steeped in the sharp scent of disinfectant and the soft squeak of her mop gliding across the floor. She moved quietly, erasing the sweat, dust, and pride left by students training on the mats she tended with care. No one truly noticed her presence. None questioned why her left hand bore a faint stiffness, why she wore long sleeves beneath the summer's heat, or why she lingered by the training rooms, her eyes tracing the movements with a quiet longing. 2 decades ago, Emma had been a national Taekwondo champion in Mexico, her dreams set on the Olympics. But those aspirations crumbled under the weight of a marriage to a charming yet cruel coach who shattered her spirit with the same precision he'd once used to hone her skills. After years of enduring his torment, she fled with her young son Liam to the United States, carrying only 2 worn backpacks and the fading memory of a young woman who once soared across mats with grace. Life in America offered no fairy tale redemption. Legal papers were elusive, jobs even scarcer. Yet Emma persevered relentlessly, cleaning homes, washing dishes, scrubbing floors until her hands grew calloused. Then she found the West Valley Academy. Though the pay was modest, being near martial arts stirred something within her, like brushing against the edges of a dream she'd thought lost forever. She guarded her past like a secret, seeking no pity, too weary to recount her journey. Instead, she poured her heart into her work, kept her gaze low, and watched the students train in silence. When alone, she'd sometimes trace faint footwork patterns, her body remembering what her mind tried to forget. Her son, now 16, had pleaded to join classes at the academy, and Emma saved every hard-earned penny to fund his lessons, never once requesting a discount despite her toil. Liam was a natural, strong, compassionate, and focused, his every move a mirror of the vibrant young woman Emma had been before life's cruelty dimmed her light. On that fateful day, the gym buzzed with a showcase event. Parents, instructors, and advanced students filled the space, their chatter lively. Emma, as always, worked in the shadows, unnoticed by the crowd. She polished the glass doors until they gleamed, gathered discarded water bottles, and stayed clear of the cameras capturing the event. The black belt leading the demonstration, Ryan, a former state champion, commanded attention with his confidence and charm, though his arrogance crept through in subtle ways. He tossed playful jabs, challenged students to spar, and, seeking a final jest to cap his performance, his eyes landed on Emma in the corner, mop in hand. With a cocky grin, he pointed, "Hey, you! Fancy a try?" The room erupted in laughter, the sound sharp and mocking. A few students chuckled uneasily, others averted their gaze, and Emma froze, her heart caught between humiliation and resolve, unsure if she should smile to play along. Ryan pressed on, amused by his own wit. "Come on, let's see what the cleaning staff can do." A spark ignited within Emma. She met his gaze, not with anger, but with a steady, piercing calm that seemed to still the air. Carefully, she leaned her mop against the wall, her sleeves slipping just enough to reveal faint scars crisscrossing her wrists. silent testaments to her past. She stepped forward slowly, her silence louder than words. The crowd murmured. Some snickered, others gasped in surprise. Ryan laughed nervously, unaware of the storm he'd unwittingly summoned. "All right, go easy on me," he said, raising his hands in mock surrender, his tone dripping with condescension. Emma bowed with quiet dignity. "Absolutely," she replied softly, her voice steady. Then she assumed a fighting stance, her posture so precise it made two veteran instructors in the crowd sit up, their eyes narrowing with recognition. Ryan swung first, a light, playful strike, fully expecting her to stumble or shrink back. She didn't. Her block was effortless, her body flowing like a river, smooth, deliberate, and dangerous. The crowd's murmurs grew hushed. His second strike came faster, sharper, meant to test her. Emma ducked, pivoted, and in one breathtaking motion swept his leg from under him, sending Ryan crashing to the mat, his GI rumpled, his pride visibly shaken. The room fell into a stunned silence, the air heavy with disbelief. Ryan looked up at her, his eyes with shock. Emma extended her hand to help him rise. He took it, dazed, and when he stood, he bowed deeply, this time with genuine respect shining in his gaze. A voice in the crowd whispered, "Who is she?" Another from the back answered softly, "She's Liam's mom." The silence shattered into applause, not the kind for a flashy stunt, but the kind born from witnessing something raw, humbling, and profoundly real. That night, Liam wrapped his arms around her tighter than ever, his voice trembling with awe. "Why didn't you tell me, Mom?" he asked, searching her face. She kissed his forehead, her smile soft and bittersweet. "You didn't need to know my past to become the incredible person you are." The following week, the Academy extended a scholarship, not only for Liam but for Emma herself. The head instructor, an elderly Korean grandmaster who had observed the demonstration in quiet reverence, approached her and bowed deeply. "It would be our privilege to see you on the mat again, ma'am," he said, his voice warm with sincerity. Emma hesitated, her heart heavy with doubt. She insisted she was too old, too worn by life's battles, but Liam's eyes, bright with hope, pleaded softly, "Please, Mom, just once, for you." Moved by his faith, she agreed. She retrieved an old, faded belt that had lain untouched in her drawer for 2 decades, its fabric worn but heavy with memories. Stepping onto the mat, she was no longer the janitor, but the woman she had always been inside. A fighter, a dreamer, a survivor. She trained alongside her son at night, now surrounded by peers who looked at her with admiration, their respect earned not by titles, but by her quiet courage. As the weeks unfolded, the gym became a place of shared stories. Students and instructors began opening up about their own struggles, losses, and triumphs, inspired by Emma's unspoken bravery. She had given them something invaluable, a lens to see beyond uniforms, roles, and appearances, to recognize the strength that lies within every soul. Her journey didn't erase the scars of her past, but it wove them into a tapestry of resilience that inspired everyone around her. The dojo, once a place of routine labor for Emma, transformed into a sanctuary where she reclaimed her identity, not just as a mother or a cleaner, but as a woman whose spirit could not be broken. Liam, watching her train, saw not only his mother but a hero whose strength had shaped his own path. The academy too changed, its culture softened, its members more mindful of the stories each person carried, no matter how hidden. Emma's moment on the mat wasn't just a victory over Ryan or the crowd's mockery. It was a triumph over the years that had tried to dim her light. She stood taller, her movements a testament to the girl who once dreamed of Olympic glory and the woman who had fought her way through unimaginable hardship. Her story rippled beyond the dojo, touching parents, students, and even strangers who heard it, reminding them that strength isn't always loud or visible. It often lives in the quiet, steadfast hearts of those the world overlooks. If this story stirred your soul, if it reminded you that every person holds immeasurable worth, no matter their attire or role, please like this video, leave a comment, share it with someone who needs a spark of hope, and subscribe to Kindness Tales Stories. We share raw, real stories for those who've been unseen for too long, amplifying voices that deserve to be heard. Special request: Comment below with, "I see you, Emma." If you believe in honoring the dignity of every person, even when the world forgets their names.